welcome to the Brenda Perryman Show right here on TV 33, WHPR, Comcast 90 and 91, Comcast 91 in Detroit, and all over the world, courtesy of the World Wide Web. Have a great show for you this morning, an exciting show. Now, just a note, we're not doing table talk this morning because I'm casting this film called Thieves on the Cross, and the auditions are at the West End Hotel in Southfield. So if you're interested, come on through. I have my second segment deals with kickboxing and fitness and everything, so you stick around for that. I'm so excited about the two young people I have. Now, first, we're going to have a little entertainment or talk entertainment and a little performance, a big performance. I have DeLorean Cotton.
Hello.
And Elise King. Hello. They just collaborated, right? Yes. On a song. And let's get a little history first and see what's happening. Now, I know about both of you, but the audience may not know about both of you. So we'll start with you, Elise. You're a lifelong Detroiter?
Yes, lifelong Detroiter.
Put this down. She's so sure.
Born and raised lifelong Detroiter.
And where'd you go to high school?
I actually went to high school at Kettering.
At Kettering with the big K, it was outside?
Yes, I wanted to go to DSA, but the zip code I lived in, they wouldn't allow me to go to, even though I had the talent. So,
well,
I was sad about that.
But all things aren't fair, and you still ended up where you ended up.
That's true.
You know,
That's true.
I mean, if you're going to be there, you'll get there.
And then too, it helped me stand out because at DSA, everybody could sing or, do poetry or act. At Kettering, I kind of stood out. I was like the school singer.
Oh wow! You were singing at everything.
I was singing at every program, every basketball game.
Well, you liked that though.
I did.
You really, really liked that. Now, DeLorean. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in Detroit in Southfield, Michigan, and I went to the Southfield High School, and I kind of got to start there with where I started professionally. I'll say vocally trained, and then of course I act, and I had one of the best acting teachers around. In fact, Miss Perryman, Brenda Perryman was
right
her
here.
name. This is her.
Anyway, DeLorean was great because DeLorean, you were in The Sound of Music. You played Ralph in The Sound of Music. And was that the one where they put that cactus on stage?
Yes, it was.
They pranked me every musical. There was going to be a prank. And here we are in the Alps almost. And I'm way in the back. And I said, wait a minute, that's a cactus.
I had nothing to do with it. I didn't.
I was so livid, I didn't know what to do. I made them throw that cactus in the trash afterwards. They put a cactus in Austria. That was so crazy. And they just kept on acting. This cactus out there, and they just kept on acting. And also, he was in one of my original shows,
60s Girl.
60s Girl, man. Which, that was, you like that one?
I love that one.
That was a good play. Hopefully, I'm really talking about doing it in Detroit, because it is a throwback to 1968 Detroit.
I still got a little moves too.
Because one thing, they had a party, and they had to learn to do the bop.
The bop. Oh,
and
man.
See, that's not their generation. But when the parents saw these young people doing the bop, they got so excited.
We did that.
Awesome. Right. I said, you got to do everything from my generation. My generation, absolutely. And also, we started the teen dating violence prevention piece.
Sure did.
And we toured to different schools and stuff, talking about preventing violence among young people, especially in love relationships, as much as they could love. If you want to call in, you could call us at 313-868-0342, 313-868-0351, or 868-4336. Now, DeLorean, how did you, well, I need to know before I even get into that and we clear the table and have you guys sing, how did you get your start?
I got my start. I
Yes.
got my start. Well, of course, in church, singing for the Lord. I through the Detroit Community Choir, I met a guy named Travis Bean, who's actually my bass player, and he was forming a band. So I would sing, of course, R&B music at home and stuff, but my voice was strictly for the Lord. You know, my mama was, I was always a part of her testimony every Sunday. So um, I got into the band. It was called the HTS Band, Healing to the Soul, and that's where I got my start. I was singing with them for about 7 years, and then I broke away from them and started doing my own solo thing. And once I did that, of course, I was on my own, so I had to learn how to do everything myself and rebrand myself as a solo artist and go from having management to not having management. And it worked out because I'm very smart. I love books, so I was reading, and I started getting gigs to open up for George Clinton and Bobby Brown, and started winning awards and going on tour. And then
And you did a lot of this by yourself
yeah.
without a manager.
Oh yeah, I still do it without a manager. I've never had a manager since the day I've gone solo.
Right, right. That's what I remember too. But the thing is, what I always wondered about was how do you find the time? It's a lot of time. It's
It
time
is it
intensive.
is it was very hard because like everyone, I was working a 9 to 5 and I was in school, so it was very hard. And I had to really think to myself, if this is what I really want to do, the same energy and time that I give to that 9 to 5, I have to give to my dream. So it was a very difficult decision. Of course, I have to speak with my significant other, and then of course I had to pray. What are my next steps? If this is what I'm supposed to do, show me my next steps. And this is when I actually knew I was supposed to not work a job at all. I got a call. My first big opportunity was to open for George Clinton, and they called me in December. The concert was not until May. I put the date in December. My boss denied it in December, and it wasn't until May. I said, "Thank you. I'm out, Blue Cross," and I never looked back.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm now a 6-time award-winning artist. I'm actually up for Detroit Musical Award right now. I have opened for 8 national acts, including Aretha Franklin, and
Right.
so I don't regret my decision at all.
Absolutely. Sometimes you really have to trust yourself.
Step out on
And
faith.
then, you have to work hard. There's a saying that says hard work trumps talent when talent doesn't work
Yes,
hard.
ma'am.
But you have the talent and you have the zeal to work hard,
Yeah,
you know.
it's a lot of work. It's 90% networking and being and networking and making connections, which is how I met DeLorean.
Oh, really?
Uh huh.
Oh, okay. Right, right. Well, the thing about it is that you just kept on trudging along. You
Yeah.
just kept it on. A lot of people give up after a while.
Oh, I wanted to give up
I know.
so many times. But when I think about the effect that my music or my performances have on people, it's worth it. If seeing that one person come in and they're frowning, and by the time I get finished singing, they're smiling, they're having a good time, and they done forgot about all their worries through my one set of songs, that's all worth it to me.
Well, I've seen you perform and you have so much energy, so much energy. Now, this young man was a madrigal singer at Southfield High. Madrigals were the top singers in the school who were in the music classes. They were singers like myself, but okay, we
Yeah.
won't talk about it. But DeLorean, when did you start professionally?
I would say it was around high school. That's where I was classically trained. I know I was coming in because I too, of course, grew up in the church. And, when you start out singing in the church, they say we do all this hollering and stuff like that.
That
So
can
we sing
ruin
the
your
wrong way. So I
voice.
remember.
Right.
But, my mom told me, she said I started singing at the age of 3. And sing. I had a big voice, and it was just like, man, he has a great untrained voice.
Right.
So I think when I got to high school, Irma Street, she was
Yes, Irma.
the music teacher there, and she whipped me in shape. had me singing classical music, got me a vocal coach. And from there on out, even as I went to Wayne State University, I continued voice lessons, being classically
Right,
trained,
right.
and doing that. And
Who did you do your voice lessons with?
um,
After, in
after
Wayne?
Wayne State, it was
During Wayne?
I'm sorry, during Wayne State, it was Kim Renis, Dr. Kim Renis, and Frances Brockington.
Francis. Yeah, I know Francis.
Yeah, her sister is
Yeah,
Paulette
but Paulette,
Brockington, the dancer.
taught
I remember.
you how
I
to
know.
do that
And
bop.
yep, absolutely. And yeah, so so once I've learned how to do that, I've learned how to preserve my voice, how to sing correctly, how to not be hoarse, and things like that. But it just opened a lot of doors.
Because a lot of people can knock their voices out by singing
Absolutely.
the wrong
Singing
way.
the wrong way.
Right. I mean, did you ever have any training?
Actually, I've never had any training, and most people, when they find that out, they're very shocked because it's rare that I go hoarse.
Well, there's some
I
people who are
feel
gifted.
I feel that as a singer, you should know. I study my voice. I listen to my voice. I know my voice. I know what I can and what I cannot do, and I know my limits and I know what my schedule is looking like, so I know not to stress or strain myself.
Absolutely.
You know, even when the energy is high up and you just want to, and I'm known as a growler.
Well, DeLorean, you
so-
were in the band, right?
I was in the band.
Yeah, you were in the band. And I
Yes.
remember as a ninth grader, he just seemed, I would go down that way. He seemed so spoiled. I said, I don't know if I ever want to work with him. And the voice was kind of high pitched. And I said, oh my gosh. But he grew into everything, and I was so proud of him and so sorry to let him, well, he had to graduate. Letting him go. But in the particular teen dating violence scene he was in, the girl was the abuser, remember?
Yeah, I do.
She was the
She was the
abuser.
abuser.
Yeah, because a lot of times they think that only women get abused, but that's not
That's
so.
not true. That's not
not
That's
so.
not.
Men are.
That's
men-
funny. The show that we met each other in, I was
He was
the
the
victim
he was the
of
victim
being abused by my wife.
by his wife.
And what show was that?
We were in a play together called "I Can't Make You Love Me." It was by
Oh.
Mark Hunter,
Right. Right.
and that's when I met him, and that's how the song actually came
How the
about.
song derived.
Oh wow!
That's
Because
how
I
it-
was going to ask, what made you all decide to collaborate? How did that come?
So I was a part of the production. I got added literally a week before he did, and I was working with a different character. Our characters, we were in no scenes together, but we came together to sing this song in two different houses. So they wanted me to do an original song, and so they listened to all of the songs on my EP, and they loved a certain song called Queen. But I said, well, people have already heard that. I want to give them something new, something fresh. So I said, well, I wanted to release a single anyway. I can kind of put it as a duo, my new single, and we can debut it in the play. So I started writing the song, I wrote the song in like 10 minutes. 10 minutes, and Mark called me like I'm outside because he was picking me up for rehearsal. And when I got in the car, he was like, this person is not playing Mario anymore. We have a guy named DeLorean Cotton. And I was fangirling out because I'm like, I've seen him in so many things and we've crossed paths. I hope he remembers me. And I've probably been sitting in his friend request box for like 2 years. I'm like, he has 4 pages on Facebook and won't accept me. I was like, maybe I'm not a good enough
You
singer.
got 4 pages.
Too.
I'm like, so when I got there and I seen him, he was like, I know you. And I was like, you love me? So I was like, this is what I'm singing with. I was so excited to let him hear the song. And he was like, you wrote this? I was like, yeah. He was like, when? I was like, about 15 minutes ago. He was like, I got to sing with her. I was like, yeah. He was like, you wrote this. I was like, yeah. So we sat there. He learned the song like that on the spot. And it's been a brother-sister love relationship ever since.
Yeah, you can't help it. He's a sweet
He
guy.
is a sweetheart.
So, tell the audience what you're going to sing in a couple minutes.
Well, we're going to actually sing the single "I Can't Make You Love Me."
And the song
I
basically,
can't make-
yeah, it's my verse is basically to the man that I'm dealing with, saying that I can't, no matter what I do as a woman, I can't make you love me, even though I'm doing everything right. Nothing I do is right. And his verse is basically saying, like, I'm being a stand-up guy. I'm a stand-up husband. I don't cheat. I make the bread. I take care of the kids. What more do you want from me? And she's just still dogging him out. So we're showing both sides in the song.
Okay, well, we'll be back in just a moment with a performance by DeLorean and
Hope
Elise.
y'all ready. Fancy me.
Well, we're back. We're back. Finally, we're back. We have DeLorean Cotton and Elise King. They're going to be singing I Can't Make You Love Me.
You know, it seems like everything I'm doing is all wrong. I know I try to do my best as a husband to provide and do right, but I can't make her love
Man, it's like no matter what I do, what I say, what I give, it's like nothing is good enough for him. I really don't know what to do anymore. I just can't make him love me.
me. Thinking back to the good old days, the times we had soon will fade away. No more smiles, laughter or joy, 'cause you're never home. Where the hell do you go? I know I'm a man, but I got feelings too. Racking my brain, what the hell did I do? I gave you my heart, my life and my soul, but lately you've been so cold, cold. I can't make you love me, so I guess I'll move on. I guess I'll move on.
Love can be so blind. It feels like I'm losing my mind. I just wanna please you and show you I love you. Countless times, sleepless nights, wishing you were next to me. Tired of wondering who, what, and why. Please don't say goodbye. I can't make you love me, so I guess I'll move on. I guess I'll move
I can make you love me, so I guess I'll move on. I guess I'll move on.
Decisions you made,
When you did wrong,
I just can't ignore.
so I move on.
I'll find the strength,
Inside of me,
just let me go.
so I can be free,
I wish you the best.
but I deserve more.
Tired of these games,
Can't do this again.
I'm choosing me.
I wanna be happy.
Can't take the life.
How could you do this to me? Can't make you love me, babe.
Can't make you stay.
No, 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 no.
Gotta move on.
Gotta move, gotta move on,
I
yeah.
can make you.
Can't make you love me,
Oh
baby.
no, baby. I can't make you. No, 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 no.
Can't make you love
I
me,
can't make
baby.
you say no, 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 no. Thank you.
Wow, bravo, bravo, bravo. That was DeLorean Cotton and Elise King. That's your new single. Where can people get it?
You can find it on every digital outlet: iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, Google Play, Rhapsody, everywhere. Get it.
Thank you. That was beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you.
am back with two very physically fit people. We have Derek Hollins, Holloman, I'm sorry, and Elisa Hollins. Hollins and Holloman. That's what I have. And I'm so excited about Derek and his new business. His new business is 9 round kickboxing, right?
Yes, that's correct.
In Royal Oak. And I'm very excited, especially that a minority has one over there. So let's talk about it. Let's get a little background, and then we're going to show you some things. I did say we, didn't I? They they are going to show you some things. I just wish. Okay, Derek, tell the audience a little about yourself, where you grew up, which is interesting in and of itself. Okay.
Okay. Well, I actually grew up in Midland, Michigan, about 2 hours north of here. Ended up going to Central Michigan for my undergrad and played some football out there. And have always been kind of physically minded, physically fit. And now I'm down here in Royal Oak doing the 9 round Royal Oak kickboxing studio.
Now, 9 round is a franchise,
That's
right?
correct, yes.
And they're in how many cities?
All across pretty much in 50 states and international as well. There's over 600 different locations.
600.
That's correct, yes.
So wait a minute, we got to fill in the gap somewhere. Okay, you went to school,
Yes.
and now you're the owner of that. What happened in the middle?
What happened in the middle? I did some other work. Did some work in marketing, did some sales, but have always been, the mindset has always been physical fitness. I've done personal training on the side. My friends have always asked me for different workouts and different ways to work out, so kind of figured might as well make this into a business. Make
Right,
money
right.
as well.
Well, and it's your passion.
Yes, absolutely.
Also, Elisa, tell us
Yes,
about
ma'am.
yourself.
I was born and raised in and around Detroit. I went to Southfield High, where this lovely young lady taught for many years. I graduated from King in Detroit. I then moved to Midland to go to Northwood University.
Oh, you
and
moved to Midland.
I did. That's how I met this gentleman.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I gotta find out about Midland. I gotta find out. No, I had a cousin who worked there, I think at Dow.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Most
Dow
people
Chemical?
do.
Yep.
Affiliated
Yeah.
in some capacity. My father was there for 33 years.
Really?
Yes.
So tell me how you got involved in this.
I
After high school, what happened? Tell the audience.
Well, that's an interesting story. I've always been really, really fit. I've always been athletic minded. I've shot a rifle in high school, all types of things. But I've always loved to work out. I've always loved a challenge, loved to sweat. And I've always trained myself. I took a couple courses somewhere else, and I did a little training with my friends who wanted to work out with me. And it wasn't until I met Derek in 2013 that I was like, okay, maybe I should do this. Really, I should do
Right,
this.
right.
So,
So do you teach it too?
yep,
Te-
I train at 9 round as well.
Oh, you trained there. Oh, wow. That's amazing. And because I looked at it, I see it all the time, and I looked at it, I said, kickboxing. Who goes there? And I've known people who do kickboxing, but tell us about the benefits of it. And you have more than just kickboxing there.
That's correct. Yeah. it is-
Why don't you talk about that?
Okay, well, it is a kickboxing focus. We have different heavy bags, but it's also high intensity interval training. Which
What is that? High intensity interval training.
it's where you go, you pretty much spend around 20 to 30 seconds going all out, so to speak, on whatever the move is, and then you kind of scale it back a little bit to recoup, catch your breath, and then go high intensity again. So it's an interval where you go up, then you go down, go up, go down. So it's really good for cardiovascular fitness. It's also good for aerobic and anaerobic fitness as well.
Okay. So, the bags, I saw your video. In fact, I even have a video. Maybe we could play it at the end of the segment of people there. Now, why do people go to a kickboxing studio? Is it to lose weight or is it to get stronger? What do you think?
It varies. It varies. We have people who come in who just love to sweat. We hashtag sweat therapy. You won't get in 3 minutes without sweating. I mean, the workout is
Really?
intense, but the beauty of it is you get to go at your own pace. So to answer your question, people come in for weight loss goals. People come in for muscle gain goals. People come in just to get some cardio in. People come in to de-stress. That's probably one of the most popular,
To
life in
de-stress?
2018.
Let me just kick the boss's butt.
Yeah.
Kick the boss's butt, right? Well, what about you mentioned weight loss and
Yes,
things
ma'am.
like that? Do you ever give people nutrition tips? I mean, just so?
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
want to take
absolutely.
that?
With any kind of membership with Nine Round, we have Nine Round Nutrition. It's an online portal where there's meal planning, recipe ideas. So anybody who becomes a member, they have access to all of that. And not only that, but also we use our expertise and give some people advice. And we always reiterate and go back to that Nine Round because it is doctor moderated. It's dietitian and nutritional advice that's very solid. But we've got a little bit of
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
as
you
well.
should, yeah, you should. But these people have zero body fat.
I wish.
Oh, come on, zero. Yesterday, I went to the doctor and they did my mass index or whatever. We won't talk about that. But
Come see us.
I really want to get even more fit. I want to get fit, not more fit. Um, I was going to ask, do people train? You've brought some things here, and we're going to deal with those in just a few minutes. But I want my audience to know how, if one of my audience walked into the studio, said they saw it here, and they wanted to know how would I start? What do people come to you with at times when they come in? Do they tell you their goal, or you ask them their goal, or?
It's a mixture of both. Some people come in with very strong, tangible goals that they want to reach. Like we have a lot of people that are getting married, and they say, "I've got 6 months to get myself right." And okay, well, let's buckle it down. And like she was saying, sometimes people they just want to come in and hit some stuff. So it really varies. We've got people from all walks of life, people who have never worked out before, to people who are seasoned veterans, so to speak. So
Well, a beginner who's never worked out before, how would they start? What would you start them with?
well, we do have an introductory workout
What?
where it's how do I describe it? It's not as intense as our regular traditional workout, so it's a good way to kind of gauge and see exactly where they are, to see what they can tolerate.
It
And
helps
then,
that it's free as well.
yeah, the first workout is always free.
Your first workout is always free.
No obligation
Oh,
whatsoever.
your first workout is free. You heard that, everybody? Free.
Free test drive.
Free just to see.
Yeah, they can just they can go online to 9round.com / Royal Oak, Michigan to schedule it, or they can give us a call at 248-607-0646, and we can get you scheduled. We can even do same day as well.
Yeah, we could. We'll repeat that. Do you have just people working independently, boxing or whatever, or do you ever have any like classes yet?
Well, we don't have any set class times. That's
Right.
what really differentiates us from a lot of other places. But there's always an instructor there. Typically, both of us are in there. But the bottom line is you're never alone. So we're never expecting anybody to come in and know exactly how to handle each station.
Right,
So
right.
there's always a trainer there. We're always going to show you what the move is. Even if you come in and you look like you've been working out your entire life, we're still going to go through the process to make sure that you understand exactly how our process works to eliminate the potential of any injuries or doing something wrong. So we're always there to monitor to make sure that you can be successful in your journey.
Especially because the workout changes every day.
The workout changes?
Yes, ma'am. It's different
Every
every time you
basis.
come in.
Golly, that's a challenge.
Oh yeah.
But I
It is.
think that's good because I think people want to challenge themselves. I think they have to challenge themselves. You got to move your story along. And I think, how many times a week do you say a person should come in?
Starting off, we recommend about 3 times a week. To give yourself a little break in between, let your body recover.
Recover?
Oh yeah, you definitely need
It's
to
a good
recover.
workout.
Yeah, because you will utilize some muscles you didn't know existed.
Really?
That's the bottom line. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Especially with the mantra of workout changes every day. So, we're going to work different groups, but it always results in a total body workout.
Now, you brought some things. Can you kind of tell us what you brought, and then we're going to show the audience.
Yeah, we bought some boxing gloves and some different forms of shields to help you perfect your form. I'm sorry. So we bought some boxing gloves and some focus mitts and some focus pads.
Okay, well, what we're going to do, we're going to put a couple of mics on the floor like we've done before when we've had actors in, and we are going to have you all get up. So, Jazz and Michelle,
Okay.
we're going to,
All right.
right now, you could be talking while you get that
okay.
stuff up.
Okay.
You talk to the mic because we're going to put some things on the floor in a
Okay.
minute.
I'm
Okay.
gonna go ahead and get some gloves on. She's gonna.
Okay. Derek's going to put some gloves on.
We're gonna do just a few combinations here.
A few.
Just a brief synopsis of what a round can entail.
Listen to that synopsis. Yes. Okay.
It's always
Turn
fun
it towards
and
them. Take it down,
challenging and-
downstairs. Down. No, so that they can come up here. You know. All right. Come over here. So you're in front of the camera. You make sure you're in front of the camera, and you are. We can move that a little closer to them. Okay. Why don't you talk about what you're getting ready to show? And remember, you're on the screen. Mhm.
Okay. So right now we're just getting ourselves together before we punch anything. We're getting in what we call our proper stance. So when you're right-handed, your left foot goes forward. You keep your hands up. We call it guard your grill. Make sure no one hits you. So we're going to start with the jab and cross. Now your jab is always the hand of the leg that's forward. So we're going to jab just once to show you what that is. And then the cross is always the opposite hand. It's also a straight hit. It's just called a cross because it comes across your body. Perfect. So then we're going to take that to a hook, which is just from the side. You know when you see a boxing match and they beat each other's sides up, that's that hook. So we're going to go back from top. Jab, cross, hook, hook. Okay?
Okay.
Sometimes
Okay.
We're kickboxing, so we like to throw some kicks in there every now and then. So we'll start over from the jab cross, and we'll only throw one hook, and then we'll throw a front kick with his front leg. So jab, cross, hook, front kick. Perfect.
Oh man. How high can you lift that leg?
Ooh, I haven't stretched. I haven't warmed up.
Oh,
I can get
he
up
has
there
a
little
step.
bit. I can
Okay.
get up there a little bit.
Yeah, and so we like to keep it fun, and we hashtag sweat therapy. So you sweat a lot, and you move around a lot, and probably one of the things that gets the most work is probably those obliques because you're jumping around a lot.
What are obliques?
Ah,
Oh, right, those
yeah, those
sides.
sides.
But you know what this made me think of when I've choreographed fights. You know, because I do theater, and I've had to choreograph some fights. Move a little closer together, you two. Okay. And we always have to go. You go here first. Go here first. If somebody goes the wrong way,
It could be bad.
it could be bad. It could be bad. So would you two just? If you get up, you got the gloves on, and you have what do you call these?
So tie pads.
Tie pads.
Tie pads. Do you know what you're going to do, or you just doing it?
Oh, we know.
We know what we're going to do. Yeah. And,
Now, what would the typical person do? They know what they're going to do.
That's a good question. So you don't need any experience. We teach you everything. So we teach you the difference between your jab and your cross and your hooks. We teach you how to throw a correct round kick and a roundhouse and a front kick, all that stuff. So you don't get hurt when you come to us. You'll throw some punches and some kicks, but you'll never get hit back.
Okay. So let's see that again. What you all?
Okay. So jab cross, hook, front kick. Nice. And then we can switch the stance up. See how that works?
Yeah.
And then we'll do the same motions, but we'll switch it up. So jab cross hook, and then front kick with that leg.
Oh my goodness! Can you kick your leg up like that?
I can. It can get a bit high.
Oh wow! You could kick somebody's booty.
Well,
Turn.
I try to be nice.
I know. So, what does this build up, or it just takes out frustration? Because you all have bags. Everybody, they have big bags in there.
We call them heavy bags, and like we said, the workout you can use it for pretty much any reason. Pretty much any body goal you're trying to achieve, you can achieve it with kickboxing. It's also a great exercise to de-stress and things like that. But for these moves specifically, these are a lot of cardio, but these are mostly focus moves. So you know how to punch, and you know how to kick, and you know how to get that hand-eye coordination. Because the last thing we want is to think we're hitting something and we're actually hitting the air.
Right. Now, do you speed that up?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we can speed that up.
Show us.
That really comes from.
So we can speed up. We won't do the kicks. We'll just do jab, cross, hook.
Okay.
We'll just switch about 4 times. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Jab, cross, hook.
Wow.
So get some core aspect in it too, where we hit the ground, try to keep the feet up.
Come from the outside. That way you work those gloves handles and those obliques. So kind of like
Of course, we spin
a
it around.
alternation
Want
to
to
a
get both
Russian
sides.
twist.
Always want to even it up.
Then we can go up top. Yeah. There you go.
There we go.
Uh-oh. You're sweating already.
Just a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, you
It's
get some
intense.
sweat in there.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, what is that on the floor?
These are focus mitts. So we use the Tide pads.
Those are focus mitts?
Yeah, so we use the Tide pads. So what I just put down, we use those so we can shield ourselves against kicks, and we can do a few other moves and things like that. These are mostly just for punching, just to make sure you know the difference between your punches is to get your form correctly, and just to make sure you know where you're hitting. Yep. So do some squats and sometimes to get that cardio in there, and then
20 fast punches. Back again, a couple more. Switch it up, do some lunges, then
you
right
do
back
everything.
to it.
Yep. Just include some punching in it.
Wow.
Fun.
Sit down. Sit down. Oh, that was great. That was really, really great. Let me see. Boxing gloves. I am like so offbeat. I know I would miss every time. You know, I couldn't. You all seem to be so in sync, and it was just perfect.
Well, it's all a process. That's the bottom line. Thank you.
Definitely.
And
We've
and
been
people,
doing this a couple years with each other, so
yeah. So people learn.
definitely. I mean, people come to us from all walks of life. I mean, we have people who've comes and they've never done a push up before or anything like that.
Video's upside down, but we're showing a video on a little bit of that video. You all didn't have a lot of pictures. You had videos on the sites. I looked at all the sites and stuff, and so do people pay as they go, or you pay up front? How does that work?
Good question.
Yeah, it works in all aspects.
In all aspects.
The first one is always free. We always like to reiterate that, to give you a free test drive to see exactly how our process works. But then we have a drop-in, kind of a pay-as-you-go. You see,
Right.
We have different monthly options, and of course, we do have pay-in-full options as well. So we
Now,
try to tailor things to
say
make
if somebody's here from out of town, they don't belong to a 9-round in their particular city, or they don't have any, can they get a guest pass?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what I'm really interested in, that because there are a lot of times people come out of town, want to work out, and maybe the place they go doesn't.
Yeah.
And so, what made you decide to go with 9-round?
Well, that was kind of a long road. It was introduced to me from my mother, who was actually part of this group called the Links.
Yeah, I know the links.
Okay,
They're
there we go.
everywhere.
Yep. So, and she, one of the other ladies in the group, worked with franchises. It was called FranNet, and 9-Round was one of those franchises. So I had actually never even heard of 9-Round until it was introduced to me from my mother. So it was kind of interesting. I'd always been in physical fitness, all this, and she brought something to me.
That's what mothers are for.
There we go. They always know best too. So she introduced that to me. I checked one out that was here in Michigan. I really liked the workout, and then I got in contact with the corporate head office, which is in South Carolina. And they invite
Land of my birth.
there we go. It's actually in Greenville, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
And they invite you to what they call Discovery Day. So you can go to the headquarters, see the operations, meet the owner, who was actually a world champion kickboxer. I think it was in 2006 or 2007 when he won the championship. So you get to meet everybody that kind of, runs the behind the scenes, and then they give you a lot more details to how the process works, and then you can, make a decision and see if it works well for you or not.
Okay. And so, what made you decide on Royal Oak?
Royal Oak. Well, I lived in Royal Oak once I moved back from Chicago. And I just really like the city. It's a very young, vibrant city.
Yeah.
And I knew a lot of people there. So I kind of thought, a good way to kind of get started would be in the general area where I know a lot of people.
Now, how long have you been open?
We've been open for 2 years.
Right.
2 years on April 9th.
Right, right.
We have specials going on right now.
Oh, yeah. We're celebrating.
Yes.
Celebrating all month.
And so let's review real quick, tell the audience what this is good for physically.
We are a full body workout. So every time you come in, we won't do chest day, leg day, arm day. You get to work your full body every single time you come in. We don't
That's
have
great.
class times. So once you have membership, you can literally come in whenever you want, as long as you're in 30 minutes, because each circuit is 30 minutes.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I saw that 30-minute workout.
30-minute workout,
And
no
we
class
like
time.
that, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? We don't want
Easy,
over
quick,
30
in and
minutes.
out. Yeah, you get the job done. You don't need 2 hours.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The beauty of it too, the first workout is always free, like we were saying, but that's the only one that you need to have scheduled. After that, once you're a member, you can just drop in as soon as you get out of work or get out of school or whatever it is. You can just come on in. Half hour later, you're back on with your day.
We have client testimony or member testimonials on our website. We always
Yes.
encourage people to just pop in if you like. Pop in to schedule your free workout so you can see it, so you can talk to our members. They tell you they love it. We try to be a community there. So we laugh, we talk. We just celebrated our 2-year anniversary on the 9th of April. So we had a big party and everyone came out, and it was nice to see everyone not sweating and in real clothes. So it's a great community environment, and above and beyond, we help you reach your body goals. That's really what we
Right,
care
your
about.
body goals. And with the exercising, you have more energy.
Yes.
Definitely. Your body craves it. In the beginning, it's kind of a struggle if you haven't been consistently working out. It's kind of a struggle to push yourself, just like, pushing yourself to do anything else. But after about that first 2 weeks, your body's like, yeah, get in there.
Right. And I guess you build relationships too.
Definitely. Definitely.
Why don't we tell the audience once again where it is and website and phone number?
Okay. Well, we're located in Royal Oak, 815 South Main Street, which is just south of Lincoln, across the street from Oakland Community College. You can either call us at 248-607-0646, or you can go to www.9round.com and schedule your first free workout that way.
You can also follow us on all of our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the good stuff. 9 Round Royal Oak.
9 Round Royal Oak, and it's only 30 minutes, which is up my alley.
First workout's free.
Yeah, first workout's free. And don't you love to see young people doing a business? I just think it's just terrific. I'm very proud of you, too.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you for having us.
oh, no problem. Pow. I can see me now. I could just come and hit the.
You can.
Absolutely.
You're always welcome.
I'm gonna come in anyway because
you
I'm
never-
I pass that place so much it isn't even funny. So and I wonder about this place, and then I find out about it. So everybody, no table talk today. We're going to. I have to go over and deal with the movie. So I will see you again next week with table talk, I think, and the Brenda Perryman Show. So we'll see you then.